come back. And there's no question about us coming back because, as you see, the flag that I got was a flag that I got at my mother's funeral. She was in the Air Force. I've been working since I was 17, to be honest. I've been doing taxes for 40 years. But we're taxpayers. So we did everything that we were supposed to do. And it seemed like nobody was coming. But then after a while, everybody came. And it was continual, influx of people, young, old, and for me, I'm a grandparent. I have 5 kids. I have 3 sons that are 32, 2 daughters that are 27. I have Irish triplets, 1 in February, 2 in November by the same mother. But the point that I'm really making is I have 6 grandkids surviving. And people like me, grandparents, they don't worry about their kids, they worry about their grandkids. And what this does for me, it lets me know it's going to be a great world. You might hear all the bad stuff about what's happening. You might hear the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but I can't even have that idea in my mind because I see too many people that are helpful. Too many people that are young, that are doing things, to the point where I almost feel like we need to make our politicians do service work. And if they get service work, they would realize what the real priorities are as opposed to what they're going about doing. For me, I've lived here since 1967. I grew up playing football in the streets. My sons did, my granddaughters, which, this is the one that passed. I found this recently, so I'm not sentimentally attached to this particular this incident. But what I'm basically saying is we have things happening for us that are good, and those good things are every day, and every day and everywhere. People are coming. From the kids that come from Golda Ark, from the kids that come from Georgetown Prep, from the kids that came from St. Olaf. When they came from St. Olaf in 2005, really in February of '6, they came to help me. When we got back to my house, they had 4 rooftops on the top of my house, and it was actually pancaked to the ground. So you had people who were doing things that were just unbelievable. And this one particular guy, when he came in, he was gutting houses. And when I mean gutting houses, that's really going through really the toxic place.
Yeah, we did some of that in 2007 still. Like we had white suits on and we're just actually, I remember once we helped a man who was a Marine veteran and his wife who was a 40-year school teacher. We helped them put their whole life on the side of the curb. Like we cleaned out their house, and I met my first nutria in their shed in the backyard. But yeah, he spent 3 days on a roof. So it's our history, but I think it's important for. How old were you guys when Hurricane Katrina happened? 7?
7, 8. Wow. Well, I tell you, when Hurricane Katrina happened,
Guys,
these 2 kids were 2 and 4. These are my granddaughters. They saw their sister actually vanish in 25 feet of water. They saw the neighborhood just float away with them on top of the roof floating up the street. They also saw my mother's dead body. But one of the things is 2 years after Katrina, if you look at their face, they're so happy just to be back home. And just so happens, at home meant being in the FEMA trailer, it was no big deal. The first time they came into this house, they asked me, could I pop up, can we run? I'm saying we had nothing but land out there in the vacant lots and stuff, so I'm thinking they said, they ran from the front door to the back door. That's how happy they were. But the most, as you see in those pictures, the most important thing about them, they were just happy to be home. We've had some great events. This is my mother and granddaughter. That's the housewarming that we did. We did a housewarming with